But the funny thing about it is, though, having both of us been subjected to this ban, back when you were working at Sherdog, we take one for the team anyway, right? We get a ticket to the event. And what was that? We went to the WC and Arcos, like Uriah Faber, Mike Brown rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, this is...
It's like you talk about sucking it up, dude. We're here.
Yeah, I think that was a bonding moment for you and me. But yeah, this is, you know, it's not just me being able to get a nice cozy cage-side seat with a table and an outlet so my battery and my computer doesn't die out. But trust me, all those things are very valuable to a journalist who's on deadline. But, you know, the reality is Jason and I when I was working at Sherdog and we had to cover that event, I had to do play-by-play. And I couldn't really use my computer sitting in my lap. I actually didn't bring my computer into the arena because I've been in the past that you're not allowed to have one in the crowd.
I somehow I had a computer I was typing on, though.
Yeah. No, you did, and I was surprised to see that. But I brought my phone, and I was doing the play-by-play on the phone, and you can imagine trying to do play-by-play, MMA play-by-play, trying to do Mike Brown versus Uriah Faber, you know, the fight where he broke his hands, as fast as I can.
Wasn't that a 5-round fight too? Like you didn't even get off with like the quick knockout. Because let's face it,
we got to the point where I basically turned to Jason in a panic, and I say, Jason, just feed me the play-by-play, and I'll type it. So Jason is basically giving me the play-by-play out loud. All the people sitting around us are like, what are these people doing? I'm typing the play-by-play as fast as I can into my phone. It's getting fed into Sherdog. They're putting it up, hopefully cleaning it up, because I know I had massive typos. But that's what we deal with the media ban. You know, and we're talking about Sherdog. It's the #1 MMA website in the world. It gets hundreds of thousands of hits for the play-by-play. And we're sitting up in the stands trying to get the information out to you guys. I mean, that's the reality of the media ban.
No, and that's a tough thing. Is like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you go in, you buy the ticket, you know that maybe you got 3 people from your site, right? Like one person's doing video, one person's doing play-by-play, and somebody's doing the fight report. But to get the video, you know, you got to be all sneaky because you're banned, and you got to like wait for them at the hotel. But you know, you're busting your chops because you want to bring it to your readers, and you want to get the content, and it's just like, you know, having to drive an extra, you know, twice as long to get there. And the funny thing about that night, though, is when I think they stuck me with a fight report, and so that's why I brought the laptop. And that's, you remember when those people like started yelling at me? They're like, dude, what are you typing for? And I'm like, okay, I'm with a girl, so they probably won't punch me. And you know, they're like yelling at me, and I'm like, and I just want to turn around and say, dude, I'm just writing up a fight report so people like you can know what's happening. But you know, it's
go home and click on it and read and you know, and relive what you're watching now.
If you're into reading, because I don't make any assumptions. You know, that book land.
Now.
I'm sorry, dude. Just to be honest, I mean, you know me. You know how I feel about the MMA scene. You know, I feel very ambivalent about it because at the same time, all these people that walk around in these really loud T-shirts and, you know, this weird like look, especially the men cultivate, you know, like the frosted tips and sort of the, you know, very sort of effeminate jeans, you know, whatever. Like those are the people that sort of in a way make me able to make some money off this. Sometimes the crowds just suck, dude. And the crowds at Arco Arena is the worst crowd. I mean, it is every form of human detritus and riffraff, just so completely across the spectrum, man. I don't know if it's because I live in this area, so maybe it bothered me more. But it was just, I just remember that crowd at that night at Arco. It was like, dude, I seriously am going to switch to like covering like curling, you know.
Sports wants to move into being a mainstream sport. And a mainstream league at this point. Like, I don't think there's any argument that the UFC is now the league of our sport, right? It's something that we didn't think would happen, but it happened.
Sure.
And, you know, and I'm happy, I gladly, I can admit that and say that about this sport. If they want to be like all the other leagues, you know, the NBA, but, you know, barring whatever Mark Cuban is considering, the NFL, all these other guys, they don't restrict the media, you know? And I bet you they don't like the media that comes through because they're probably a lot more critical in other sports than the hardest critics are in mixed martial arts. So what's happening is is extraordinary, and it makes us seem kind of hokey, you know, mixed martial arts compared to all the other sports. What other big promotion do you know that doesn't let the media in? It's the WWE. It's the professional wrestling. They don't let certain media in that they don't like, who they don't want covering certain things. Dave Meltzer's been banned from the WWE for years.
Really?
So the UFC's following, the UFC's following a model of a fake sport.
That's awesome. That's
so,
that's perfect. Well, you know what? I mean, I think it's a topic we could go on, for a long time. But, wrapping up the first show here, let's get a plug in for Loretta's upcoming book. Little background here. You were the author of the New York Times bestseller.
I love. Well, we're Skyping, right? We're MMA Talking Heads.
Right.
I want to use props, and we should talk too. That we're gonna hopefully figure out how to bring on guests onto this. There are so many interesting characters that we want to do Skype conversations with to share with you guys. Just interesting personalities in this world. Maybe we'll bring another journalist on every once in a while to kind of do a three-way chat.
Three-way.
Oh, did I just say three-way?
Three-way. First thing that comes to mind.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, look, this is an advanced copy of, actually, this is called a galley, advanced reader's copy. It's called a galley of John's book, Let's Get It On, which the title, the cover is already up on, let's see, on medallionpress.com. If you go there, you'll be able to click and look. But yeah, I just wanted to show it to you guys. This is an advanced reader copy. This is the unedited, unabridged version, right? So this is going to be a collector's item someday.
Nice.
Some stuff has been cut out in the final one. But the book comes out September 1st. I thought it would be a neat thing for you guys to see.
No, I'm excited to read it because when I read your Randy biography, it was pretty honest. I liked it because it was very honest. I mean, it was anything but, kind of a serving why I'm sorry. I mean, Randy was really honest about a lot of the mistakes he'd made, some, personal failings he had in relationships and whatnot, and really was just blunt about it and explained the situations he was in at the time. He had some, obviously some great stuff about the really early days of mixed martial arts. And, if there's anybody that was really kind of a ground level figure, I mean, who better than Big John McCarthy? So
yeah, no, I mean, at this point, I really think John should be considered a forefather of U.S. mixed martial arts, right?
Absolutely.
McCarthy,
the gold standard for MMA referees, was born, man. That's it.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, folks, we're glad you were able to tune in here for Loretta and I's first episode of MMA Talking Heads. We love comments, inputs, reader questions. If you want to catch our show, you can see it at youtube.com/MMA Talking Heads. We're also on Twitter, MMA Talking Heads, and Facebook, MMA
Talking Heads.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was your cue. They call that a cue.
Got it.
Didn't you have like a drama degree? Didn't they teach you that at NYU?
I think I was starting to space out a little. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I was kind of just listening, getting a little mesmerized.
Like some method acting. But anyways, folks, drop us a line at LorettaHunt.com, Jason at JasonProbst.com. We see you next time on MMA
Talking Heads.
Oh, yeah.